Hey guys, this is Lisa Tedder with Tedder Bear Stamping, and today I'm going to do a Christmas card with you using a couple sets, a couple of bundles, and some designer series paper. It's a really pretty card. I am so thrilled that I came up with it by myself, and I hope you like it too. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States, and I live in North Carolina. If any of you would like to have me be your demonstrator, just let me know. And I can send you a catalog or help you in any way you need help. And also, if you buy anything from me, each month I have 16 brand new projects that have a PDF plus pictures and step-by-step instructions. So anything above $35, you get this PDF. So that's something that I think that you would love if you ended up purchasing from me. So let's get started. Alright, so the card that we're doing today is this really pretty card using the two stamp sets, Wishes and Wonder, the bundle, and the In the Pines bundle. And it opens like this with sleigh and the trees, and then with like that. But when you have it closed, it just looks so pretty with the DSP here and this gorgeous deer. So let's get started on that. So first off, you're going to come in with a 4 1/4 by 11 scored at 5 1/2. And you are going to run this through your machine using the I have it here. I have everything within arm's reach. My friend would really laugh at me right now because she's always asking me, have you done your arm reach? Oh, it's on the machine. So this is the Old World paper, and you're going to go ahead and put it in up to the score line, which is the 1/2 inch or the half of the paper. But first, before we put that in, we want to be able to cut out our little square that we're going to do, because I want to be able to use that paper afterwards. Alright, so let's see if I can find it. Here it is. Alright, so we're going to go ahead, and it has to be open because you don't want to cut through everything. And we're going to put this in the middle, eyeballing it. Sorry, Gail, but that's how I roll. Alright, let me get some tape, and I'll be right back. I use this Post-it removable labeling tape. It comes in a big roll, and I always just tear off a little bit, put it on my pants so that it's not quite as sticky, just to make sure it doesn't rip your paper. And then I usually tear off a piece and put it on. It lasts a really long time, but you can also use it if you're stamping and making a mask of something. So we're going to go ahead and put that upside down, because that keeps this plate messy and the bottom plate clean. Okay, so we're going to use this piece as a scrap later. So I'm just going to undo it, put my tape on the machine, it's ready for the next time. And I'm going to go ahead now and run this through with the Old World paper. Just make sure you line up the score line with the end of the paper. Get your big shot or machine ready, and run it through. Okay, so now we have that. Now the problem is and this is what I found out after I finished, is that you want to like kind of rub this out so it straightens up just a little bit, because it makes it shorter on this end. And then when I put my card together, this is why I always like to do things more than once, as you can see that because it's shorter on this side, you can see everything. So then we're going to go ahead and put in a piece of, at the back of the Old Olive, and this one is 6 by 4 1/4, and we're scoring at 5 1/2, or a little, about 5 and, what would it be, 5 3/8, just to give it a little bit of leeway so that it doesn't come all the way. In fact, I think I made it shorter just to make sure that it wouldn't stick out. But it doesn't matter, it just needs to be on the front. So we're going to go ahead and put that on with our Stampin' Seal, and I want to make sure I'm putting it on the right end. And then we're just going to line that up here. Okay. So now this is going to fold over and be our little flap for the inside. Alright, so then you're going to get your DSP, which this is Brightly Gleaming, and you're going to use these dies, and that's not quite straight. I see it right now. It's just a little bit off. And you want to make sure that you have them, you know, equal distance apart. And you're going to run this through the machine. Okay, so you take off all your paper or your tape. And this you can save for another time. Isn't that pretty? And let's move this again. We will need it. And I will let you know on the thing on which size of the dies and what they are called. You'll see it underneath. Alright, so we have that, and I'm going to stick these aside. So I know that we used the second and third of these, I'm pretty sure, and the smallest one was the one that we used, the smaller of the two is the one that we used on here, because this is going to have you see it from the front. Okay, so now we're going to flip this over and put dimensionals on it, but we're going to use the foam strips because that makes it a little bit higher, and I want it to be higher. This is not a shaker card, so this is what you would use these for. Already really pretty, isn't it? Alright, so for the second layer we are going to cut, and I already have it kind of prepared, I still have to run it through, the white piece that's 3 by 5 1/2, and you put it up about 2/3 of the way maybe, so that you can flip this around. Alright, so what I do is, and I know that it has a right side and a back side, but we're going to go ahead and make this, the back side, go up against this so we can have a double layer. And so we're going to go ahead and put some tape at the bottom, because I want to be able to use the in-between here for putting the trees. And then that gives you a nice little snowbank to put at the bottom of this. And of course you're going to put it all the way across and then trim off of here. Let's go ahead and do that. And I'm not going to put it all the way to the top because I want the trees again to be able to go underneath. And then we'll trim this. Okay, so we're moving right along. All right, then we're going to stamp our trees so we can die cut them out. Now what I like to do is stamp the same color on the same color of cardstock so that it doesn't have any white border. And then I'm going to stamp first generation, which means right from the ink pad to the paper, and then second generation, which means we're going to stamp it off and then put it on so that you can still see the highlights, because you want to be able to see the outlines. See how it just puts it in. How did I get like so I'm not centered? There we go. Scooches over. Alright, then I'm going to do this twice so I can have 2 big trees and 1 small one. So I am not having 2 trees, but I need 2 of the big ones because I want to have this outline here, and it just adds more texture to the card. So what we're going to do is that there's 3 dies, one that goes straight on, that just cuts it out. Let's see if I can get that on there. Oh good, I didn't get it too close, so I can't do it. I can do it at the same time. And then this one makes it have these really cool cutouts. And then we'll have to do it again to get the outline of it. This back in and cut this out because I just want it to have some dimension. So this is how it comes out, like this, and then I'm going to put it, you could just do it like this, and like if you had it cut out the proper way, that's pretty too. Or you could just stick it on top of this and just have a little bit more dimension, which is what I'm going to do since that's what I have already. And I need my liquid glue, so I'll be right back. Okay. And then I'm just going to add little dots onto my tree just to have it hold. And I know I could have done this on the the double-sided sticky tape so that I could have just done this and had it be okay, but I didn't. Alright, I'm going to set these aside for a second and come in with my copper, and I'm going to use an embossing buddy and clear embossing powder. And the embossing buddy's right here. Normally I don't do it with the clear, like use the embossing buddy, because you don't need it as badly. But when I did it before, you could totally see where I had left some, and I don't want that. So I'm going to come in with my sleigh, because that's what the deer goes with. Sorry if my head gets in here. Oh, so much better than the last time. Last time I had little bits of clear. All right, let's heat this up. I'm going to come in with my sleigh die. Oh, let me wipe off the excess on my pants, which I know is silly, but it works, and I'm always wearing them. I know, I shouldn't be laughing at my own jokes. All right. We're going to put this through the machine. And I have the deer on copper also. And we're going to put them both in and run them at the same time. Isn't he pretty? Here, let's see if you can see. He's got a lot of dimension right here in his eyes, and it's just so pretty. And then the sleigh, well, hopefully it'll focus, is really pretty also. All right, so for the deer, we're going to go back to the front of the card, and I want him to be right about here, and he's going to go on flat here, but then I need to have dimensionals on here to have him stay put. So on his hind quarter, we're going to put some of the strip that we used before. Maybe I cut too big of a piece. Hold on. Thought his behind was a little bit bigger. Okay, so go down there. And then I'm going to put some of the Stampin' Seal onto, let me make sure I see again, whoop, dropped it, where he's going to be. So right up his front leg and onto his fur there. Okay. So now he's going to be standing here being all happy that he's watching everything inside. All right, see how pretty that is? All right, now we are going to put one of the trees, the smaller one, if I can, there it is. It's gonna go on over the sleigh. And this one is going to go behind the sleigh. So let's go ahead and put some glue on there. And I still want to have them tucked in under there. It's got to fit inside the card. Oh, I'm going to have to pull a little bit up. Shoot. Okay. And then he's going to go flat, because we can't have it be where it sticks up, since the front sticks up, and we want this to kind of go. Okay. And then this one is going to go Well, I think I had my trees go here. That's how I'll have him. So he's still kind of up there. Okay, then I'm going to come in with my sentiment that I'm using, and that is from the Wishes in Wonder. And because I don't want to rock this, I'm going to get it wet, inky, with the marker for the Old Olive. And this right here is the reason I chose to only stamp and work with Stampin' Up, because everything coordinates, especially because I started, my first passion is scrapbooking, which I haven't done in a very long time. My daughter is a junior in college and I'm on her 7th birthday. Not good. So there's that, and then we're going to open it up and come in with a white piece, which I have. That is 5 1/4 by 4, and we're going to go ahead and stamp the tree again, which, let's see which one I did. The smaller one, because it doesn't scream at you that it's awful big. Okay, let's put that here. And stamp it. Now this is how you'll see how this tree looks if you just stamp it on white. It's very pretty. And then I'm going to come in with the sentiment, which is from the Wishes in Wonder. The other one was from the In the Pines. And we're going to stamp in Night of Navy because we used Night of Navy at the front. May the wonder of Christmas stay with you throughout the coming year. All right. Looking for my tape. I think I made my snow too tall in the middle, but we'll go back to my first card because I really love how that came out. This one is still pretty, but it's not as centered with the window, as you can see. Let me show you. That's what happens when you are doing it online or on the thing. But see, this one is more centered, but you can see, I don't know that you can tell. You can a little bit if I hold it. You can see a little bit of the clear that just was flyaway. So that is my card. And we will be doing this in my Christmas card class. And I have a lot of beautiful cards that I'm doing. I will be doing this one in person, though we will be wearing our masks and trying to stay 6 feet apart. So it makes it easier with the Christmas card class because they each have their own bucket. So everybody can take their bucket to their corner or wherever they're going to stamp. Thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And come back next week when I will have another card. Thank you.